In this episode, we're wrapping up an incredible year on the Global Travel Planning Podcast. Join us and discover the highlights of 2024, including inspiring stories from destinations around the world. We're also sharing exciting plans for 2025, including our new Global Travel Planning Monthly Special. So stay tuned for inspiration, reflections, and a glimpse of what's to come in episode 35 of the Global Travel Planning Podcast. Hi, and welcome to the Global Travel Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Tracy Collins, who, with my expert guests, will take you on a weekly journey to destinations around the globe, providing travel inspiration, itinerary ideas, practical tips, and more to help you plan your next travel adventure. Hi, I'm Tracy Collins and welcome to episode 35 of the Global Travel Planning Podcast. So this year we've reached episode 35 with fortnightly episodes full of travel tips, inspiration and expert advice. From our first episode to now, the feedback and engagement from you, our listeners, has been amazing. So there's a huge thank you from me. We've spoken to guests from around the globe and explored a diverse range of experiences and destinations, including road tripping through Pennsylvania with Rob Bruns, discovering the wineries of Margaret River in Western Australia with Kerry Heaney, planning gap years and bucket lists with Josie Kelch, the creation of an eco-lodge in the Philippines with Angie Briggs, and followed Monique Sicato's relocation journey from Australia to Stavanger, Norway. And that is just a small selection of this year's episode. So every episode is a highlight for me, and I want to hop on a plane and explore each destination, and we hope you do too. And in fact, recently I did just that. After episode 23, when my guest Shelly Marie shared her travel adventures in Puglia, Italy, I actually booked that flight and joined her for 16 days in November. So Puglia's stunning coastline, incredible food and charming villages were just as amazing as she described, and there's more to come about that trip next year. So you've tuned in from over 81 countries, proving just how global our community is. And again, I can't believe it. We're just so happy that the podcast is growing and developing, and we can't wait to share what's happening in 2025. So this year, 2024, has been a bit of a whirlwind travel one for me, and I've visited incredible destinations in the UK, the USA, Ireland, India, Australia, and Italy. And as I record this episode, I'm about to head off on a 3-week trip to Germany, Sweden, Poland, Finland, and Hungary, which I'm really excited about, all those Christmas markets. And then I'll be celebrating Hogmanay in Edinburgh, Scotland, which is a bucket list experience to kick off the new year. So let's talk about what's coming next year. So first off, I'm excited to announce that the Global Travel Plan podcast will be coming weekly from January. Yep. So as well as the UK Travel Plan podcast, I'm also going to be having the Global Travel Planning podcast go out on a weekly basis. So I'm really excited about that. And we're also thrilled to announce the launch of a new monthly segment called Expert Travel Tips with a Brit, that's me, an Aussie and a Yank. And I'm going to introduce who the Aussie is and who the Yank is soon. They'll be coming on to next week's episode to introduce themselves. But in fact, you do already know them because they actually have been on episodes of the Global Travel Planning podcast. 3 women with different perspectives will share their practical advice to make travel effortless and enjoyable. So 3 women, 3 perspectives, 1 mission to simplify travel and make every journey unforgettable. We can't wait. We cannot wait. We're so excited to do this episode with you. This is going to be monthly, and I can't wait to introduce you to not only obviously myself doing that, but also my 2 other guests who are going to be regularly showcasing on the Global Travel Planner podcast. So in the coming year, I've already lined up some fantastic episodes. We're going to be exploring destinations across the globe, including Italy, India, Peru, France, New Zealand, and Thailand, plus many more, and bring you tips for planning your adventures to these amazing places. It's really important what I'm going to say now, because there are lots of podcasts out there who provide lots of inspiration, but not only do we offer inspiration for your travels, but we also deliver the practical tips, resources, and information you need to turn your travel dreams into reality. Okay, so that is our aim. We are not here just to inspire you. And I mean, we are going to provide lots of inspiration, but we really want to provide you with the practical tips, resources, and information that you need to turn your travel dreams into travel reality. We have lots of resources available already, so don't forget to check out the Global Travel Planning website, where we share more detailed resources, guides and inspiration to make your travel stress-free and fun. We've also recently launched the Global Travel Planning Facebook group, and it's quickly becoming a wonderful space to connect with like-minded travellers and share tips and stories. So we value your input, and we'd like to know from you. So what topics or destinations do you want to hear about in 2025? Let us know. Your input helps shape the podcast and ensures we deliver what you, our listeners, want. Send us a voice message via the SpeakPipe widget, which can be found at the top of our show notes page at globaltravelplanning.com. Thank you for making 2024 such a fantastic year for the Global Travel Planning podcast. Your support, messages and reviews have meant the world to us. It's been wonderful to connect with listeners from around the globe and share our passion for travel. If you've enjoyed the podcast, please take a moment to leave a review and share it with your fellow travel enthusiasts. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our exciting episodes in 2025. Follow us on social media for more tips and inspiration. We're on Instagram, we're on YouTube. Join our Global Travel Planning Facebook group and check out the website for all our latest guides and resources. So here's to another year of adventures, discoveries and inspiration. Thank you for being part of our journey. And as always, happy global travel planning. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Global Travel Planning podcast. For more details and links to everything we discussed today, check out the show notes at globaltravelplanning.com. Remember, if you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving us a review on your favourite podcast app, because your feedback helps us reach more travel enthusiasts just like you. Anyway, that leaves me to say, as always, happy global travel planning.